Terminator Dark Fate. And I saw it today in IMAX, and I keep going back and forth on it. It had solid action. The best action set piece is the beginning and the chase that you see in the trailer with the truck just smashing into cars and more practical effects, and their first fight scene is incredible. There's a little bit of a dip after that where it gets a little slower for me, but then it ramps up again and goes just bonkers. There are some things in it that T2 fans are gonna be like, what the fuck did you just do that for? But I look at it as more of a soft reboot of the franchise than how they're billing it as the sequel to Terminator 2. The biggest problem is this franchise should only be 2 movies, because the first one is more like a slasher film, and then the second one is one of the best action films of all time, and it perfectly sums up the story that the first one set out to tell. That's it. And then you introduce the future with Salvation, then you introduce an alternate timeline with Genesis that sort of reboots it and then splits into the multiverse, and now you're like, hey, fuck all that. Oh, I forgot Terminator 3 as well. Oh yeah, where they're like, hey, guess what? Everything you did didn't matter. Sarah Connor died of cancer, and now Judgment Day is gonna happen no matter what. Okay, and then this one, it's like, hey, fuck all those movies. None of those happen. This is the sequel to Terminator 2. Sort of. But it's also just basically like, hey, in case you are under the age of 30 and never saw the Terminator movies, check out this franchise. And hey, if you're over the age of 30, maybe you'll love this too? I don't know. So I'm still on the fence how I felt about it. I think there's some really solid, great action in it, and I think that the cast is amazing. I think that Linda Hamilton does a great job. I think Arnold's amazing. I think Mackenzie Davis is great as Grace. Yeah, I don't know if we need it. I don't know if we need any more Terminator movies after Terminator 2, and I think that's the biggest problem. They just keep trying to milk this franchise. Like, come on, we promise there's an 8-story arc in here. There's 8 films in here, we promise. And it's like, no, maybe it's just 2. Just leave it at that. It was perfect. But for what it is, it's fun. It's definitely the best sequel since Terminator 2. Light years better than Terminator Genesis, which made no goddamn sense. Anyways, let me know what you think. I'm gonna go drive my car actually now and not get arrested.